Hi, this is Captain Chaudhari. In my last video, I talked about course steered, course made good triangle situation 1, where we dealt with a new third mate and the captain. Captain gives him course and captain explains him how he found out the estimated position after 1 hour or so. Now let us deal with another situation where on the bridge you have an experienced mate or a second mate who has done quite a bit of sailing, and now captain has more confidence on the mate. Captain tells him, okay, we need to pass this point. For example, there is a wreck, we need to pass at least 6 miles off the wreck. Or captain tells him, we need to maintain the course made good within the traffic separation scheme. Or captain tells him, we need to reach this pilot station, or we need to pass this point in exactly 2 hours or exactly 3 hours. These are the various situations in which we'll be using the situation 2. In situation 2, the master tells the second mate, okay, we need to have this course made good. We need the ship to physically pass over these areas, over this line. We need to pass the wreck so many miles off. He's given the intended course that is to be made good, and it is the duty of second mate now to find out what is the leeway. Leeway finding out is very easy, as I told you. See the reciprocal direction of the course or the heading and the direction of wake. What is the angle between them is the leeway. Now current he would find out from the routing charts or some other data that is available in respect of that area. Okay, now using these two data, how he can find out what is the course to steer. Now in my last session in situation 1, the order of drawing the lines were small arrow line, 1 arrow line, 3 arrow line and 2 arrow line. But now in situation 2, the order will be reversed. And please understand one thing, that whenever the wind is there, whenever leeway is there, there is always a small arrow line that you have to draw, and small arrow line will be on the windward side of 1 arrow line, whether we talk about situation 1 or we talk about situation 2. Now the thing is, here is a wreck, right? And it is stated that you must pass at least, now the bottom base is the position of the wreck actually. Now it is stated that you need to pass at least 6 miles off the wreck. Now this is your initial position. You need to pass 6 miles off. Now the intended course to make good is drawn first, right? This is intended course to make good, right? The ship should physically be on this line. Now the current is setting, say 200. That means current is setting in the direction 200. So we will draw the 3 arrow line, that is the line representing the set and drift. We make a triangle for 1 hour, right? Now from, suppose this is the current for 1 hour, right? From here we will draw an arc of the engine distance or the speed over water, that is the distance over water for 1 hour, and the arc has to be made from the end of the drift line, and suppose the arc cuts here. This will be 1 arrow line, and if the wind is blowing, say from north, a small arrow line is always on the windward of 1 arrow line. So this is how the triangle will be made. Many candidates, what they do is from here they simply join the line to this point, which is the tangent point. No, that is not correct. When you are making triangle, remember you are making a vector triangle, and the triangle will give correct results provided every side represents the same duration. So the current is for 1 hour, the distance on water is for 1 hour, and distance made good is also for 1 hour. This becomes the speed made good if the triangle is for 1 hour. So you've seen, basically the ship's heading would be here. Ship's heading would be like this, but actually the ship is here, right? The heading of the ship is along the small arrow line, and maintaining that heading, the ship will advance like this. Okay, ship will advance this way. The heading would be like this, but course made good line will be this line, which is tangent to the circle of 6 miles round, the standard, right? So you assume that after 1 hour the ship is likely to be here, and all the ETAs are calculated on the basis of speed made good. If I have to find out what time will, if the question is what time will this light bear 45 degrees on the starboard bow, so I need to find out what is this small arrow line. Looks like the small arrow line might be 058. That is, small arrow line is 058. The light is going to come on starboard side. 058 plus 45 will give me 103 degrees. 103 is going to be something like this, right? And I also know that the ship is physically not on this line. Ship is physically on 2 arrow line. What time the ship will come over here will have to be found out. And for that, I need to find out what is the speed made good. At the rate of speed made good, what time I will reach here. When I reach here, this light is going to be 45 degrees on my starboard bow. So this is the second situation of course steered, course made good triangle. Once again, summarizing the thing, drawing of the lines is, if the situation 1 is there where we know the course steered and we have to find out estimated position that we did in the last video. The order will be small arrow line, 1 arrow line, 3 arrow line, 2 arrow line. And now when this is the situation where I have been given the task that I have to go on a course, so that the minimum distance or the distance when nearest from the stranded wreck is 6 miles or so, and the first line that I will draw will be the 2 arrow line tangenting the circle, and thereafter after 2 arrow line I'll put 3 arrow line, that is the current direction, and after that I will put 1 arrow line, that is cutting off an arc, and finally the small arrow line on the windward side. Golden rule, small arrow line is always on the windward side of 1 arrow line, and also the beam bearing or bow angle always to be measured from small arrow line. Nearest distance always with respect to the course made good, and all the ETAs will have to be calculated at speed made good only. Under this second situation only, sometimes there is a task like I need to pass this point in say 2.5 hours. The first thing I do is draw a line joining the initial position and the intended point to be passed. I need to pass this point after say 2 hours, and it is given that this naturally will be the course made good or course to make good. Now if it is given that the current is setting say for example north-northeast at 2 knots, north-northeast would be something like this at 2 knots. If I have to pass this point in 2.5 hours, what I do is I make a giant triangle. I make a big triangle, and the current that is put here or the drift that is put is the total drift that is expected in 2.5 hours, that is 5 miles. And from the end of drift line, I simply join the final position, final point to be passed, and that is the course to steer. Of course, if the wind is there, say for example, if the wind is southerly, small arrow line always on the windward side. So if I do this, that means if I put the drift for the required interval, I will pass this point in that interval. So in this kind of situation, you have seen I not only find out course to steer, but I also find out what is the speed over water required, right from the beginning, so that in 2.5 hours I pass this point.